lazy Susan spin around. Topics lifting off the ground. Movies, music, games, and TV. Stay tuned and you will see.
Welcome to the Lazy Susan, everybody. Episode 42. How are you doing today, fellas? Keeping it live, keeping it real. Derek on the mic. How do you feel?
I was wondering what you were doing. I'm great, man. How are you feeling?
What do you mean? You guys are trolling me. We agreed in the chat that whoever the host has to do the thing. You got me.
I just got a separate message saying, "Hey, Todd, play along with this. I'm about to do this crazy thing," and Derek has no idea what's going on.
The whole give me my money. Y'all trolled me good. All right. Damn.
That's
Anyway.
absolutely insane.
How are you guys doing? Episode 42. We got something special cooked up for everybody. But before we get into that, we will be going over our little intros that we normally do. So let's actually have Todd take it away, Derek.
Yep.
Todd, how are you doing?
Gonna be short and sweet. Doing good. Lots of work. Playing lots of fucking games. No, not really. I'm not playing lots of games because I'm working so much. But when I am playing games, it's still Marvel Rivals. I kind of abandoned Dragon Wilds, unfortunately, just because Oblivion is out. No. Dragon Wilds.
RuneScape? Sorry, that was a thing already.
Yes,
Damn.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Flying.
Like, I already abandoned that because Oblivion came out and kind of took over my
that game came out.
single player game. So, yeah, if I'm playing multiplayer, still playing Marvel Rivals. If I'm playing single player, I've been hopping into Oblivion. It's great. I'm loving it. I'm excited to actually experience it for the first time around. As far as what I'm watching, we finished Black Mirror. Nice. I enjoyed the season. I feel like this season's getting a lot of hate for it not being like that. And Anne even said it. She was like, honestly, the season wasn't that jarring for me, which I can agree, but it still had a lot of twists and turns. There were 2 episodes where I was just like, meh with, but the last episode, the continuation of the USS Callister, fucking phenomenal.
That's the sequel to the other one, right?
Yeah, it's the continuation of that one from like season 2 or 3 or 4, whatever that was. Yeah. And that continuation was great. It was an hour-and-a-half episode. It felt like a movie. It was really good. So I enjoyed that. And then just today, I had to go see it because I've been talking so highly of it, and everyone else has been talking so highly of it. We went and saw Sinners, finally. I wanted to see it opening weekend, but we weren't able to make it out there, so we went today, and it lives up to the hype. I gave it an 8.8 out of 10. So
I can't wait to see that movie. It looks so awesome.
Yeah, I loved it so much. It was so good. I won't spoil anything. Just go see it. It's a really new movie, so...
I saw the trailer for it, and that trailer even threw me off. I thought I was going one direction and totally went with the. I was like, yeah,
same here. Same here. I remember when I watched it because I forgot. Oh, when we went and saw One of Them Days, we saw the trailer for that. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I've never heard of this. Michael B. Jordan. Okay, interesting. And then it kind of swapped to the horror aspect of it. And I was like, whoa, was not expecting that turn. And yeah, no, it's really good. It's really good.
Going back to Black Mirror. I heard that the one episode this season is really, really depressing, I guess, really sad. The one with Rashida Jones.
Yeah. People. It's the opener to the fucking season. And I experienced something like that in real life recently, just last week or something like that. I was like, holy shit, I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror. I feel like I am the common people right now. I won't go into it so you guys can watch it, but it's just basically is talking about how all of life is turning into a subscription, and and that's how I felt about something that happened in my life. I was like, no fucking way. So yeah, I guess I can tell that story. I bought a car last year, and my car came out in 2022, and this year it's 2025, so it's 3 years old in May. And I got a text that was like, hey, thank you so much for enjoying the digital services of your car to for like the 3-year free service or whatever to continue enjoying all of these products. Enroll now and pay $10 a month starting May, whatever. And that's to like auto start my car, to lock my car, all that stuff from my phone. I have that access. It just came with it. And I was like, oh, that's dope. Like that's part of what it does. And then I got the alert saying, oh, by the way, your free trial is up. You're going to start getting charged $10 a month. And I'm like, no fucking way. You guys had me for a whole year.
3-year free trial?
Yeah. And I guess I bought my car last year, so it's off of like
duh. Sorry. I forgot you just bought it last year. That's my bad.
Yeah. So I only got a year of that 3-year free trial, which whatever. I'm not tripping about that. I'm just tripping that I feel like I got finessed and I didn't, but it's just like, fuck, man, that sucks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That sucks big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how are you going to go without that? You know, like
I mean, I can. It's just I'm used to it. Literally every day, like 10 minutes before I'm getting in my car, I'm starting it and all that stuff. Like I get alerts when I get into my job and my car's in my parking garage, and I'm like, oh shit, I left my car door unlocked, and I can lock it from there. And it's just little things that are convenient, and it tells me like the diagnostics of my car, when I need to go get an oil change. It tells me how much gas I have in it, like all that stuff. It's all of that diagnostics, and it's like, now I have to start paying for it. I'm like, motherfucker. First world problems. I get it. I'm sorry. But still, it's annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, that's what's going on in my life. Sorry, that was a long-winded story for my intro.
No, go for it, man. We got a special thing cooked up, so go live with these intros, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. We got to keep it short because it's gonna get hot and spicy in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know about hot and spicy. No, I'm just kidding. For me, just more or less the same shit. I'm not watching as much right now. No, I left the hyperbolic time chamber for that one.
He admitted it.
You did admit it. Clip that.
Chill.
You're the murderer.
No. I have been just playing WWE 2K25. I love it. And
living in wrestling right now.
That's all I'm doing, really. That's what it is. I've been watching all that and playing the game, going really overboard with it. I don't know why. Out of nowhere, it just kind of fucking hit me. But whatever, it is what it is. And playing Verdansk, Warzone, still playing that. That's still a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm playing that. I hop into that every once in a while with Derek. That's basically the only time I play Verdansk, but that would be my other multiplayer game that I'm playing.
Yeah. And then there's Madden, but that league is moving very slow. Todd always jokes, it's a dead league.
Dead league, man.
Dead league. It takes so long. We need to get another league going with some faster play. That's all I want.
Especially with now being the draft, we can just recap that real quick.
Yeah. So that's something I always do. Look at this guy. Look at this fucking guy.
Out of Michigan, my guy.
What the fuck?
That tight end, bro. Shit.
That's so funny.
That's
I don't care. I told everyone that's asked me about the pick, I've just been like, I mean, if we win games, cool. I don't fucking care, dude. Draft whoever. Win games.
I feel the exact same way I have felt the entire offseason. I did mention in our chat something about drafting a tight end in the top 5 just isn't exciting to me. Like, 10, I don't know. Top 10. I'm sorry. Yeah. Top 10. Thank you. But yeah, something about that just isn't exciting to me. But if he's the next fucking big thing, I'm all here for it. Like I'll trust the process. But yeah, right now I'm still reserving any bit of excitement until we're in week 10. Come talk to me in week 10.
Yeah, right around then. I've been hearing that people like to compare him to Sam Laporta, so why not
that
give
makes
Ben
sense.
Johnson that? I think, dude, when
I think
they
the draft grade he got compared to was Mark Andrews, which was interesting.
Yeah, so I saw that too, and I was like, I kept seeing Mark Andrews, but now people are saying Sam Laporta. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
But when I saw the clip of him, or like when he got drafted, and it shows all his like little highlights, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but dude looks like thinner. He looks like a wide receiver.
All tight ends in college do. All tight ends in college do. That's they haven't beefed up yet. They're still young. Like
okay,
I think that all the time. Anytime I see a tight end coming out of college, I'm like, this motherfucker plays tight end? No way.
Right.
Like even Cole Kmet when he first came out, I felt like he was a slimmer guy, and now he's like stocky.
I mean, maybe this guy's like, I feel like he's thinner than Cole Kmet was, but either way, they're saying he's, he's more known for receiving. He's not like going to be the blocking tight end. No. That's going to be more so Cole Kmet's job. But I don't know. We'll see. Just hoping for the best here, man. And I know all I'm going to do now, since I have to wait until August for the next Madden, is I'm going to draft that player. I'm going to do the, download the next year's rookies. People make that list, and I'll find Loveland, draft him, make that my team, and see what I do with the Bears in their next season.
Oh yeah,
that's about it for me, man. What about you, Adam?
I learned all I needed to learn about football with this conversation, all of a matter of 5 minutes before we went live.
Hell yeah.
And so I pulled it up. I was like, they're gonna be talking about, let me hit them with the name and the school he's from.
Michigan, my guy.
But for me, it's been right when I thought I was out of the woods of being sucked into all these video games, that Oblivion remaster got me stupid hype when I was on it when the first fart came out of that thing. I was like on the keyboard. I was like, no way. Looking at these screenshots, I'm like, dude, if this is true, and I'm freaking out. We talked about a little bit of last week before it dropped. And then lo and behold, it was very much so true. And
did you guys talk about how people were messaging the AI system to get information?
I think we did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, insane. Like we'll talk about an oversight, but I'm so happy, so stoked that it paid off. It's playing at this is the best remaster I've ever played. I know that you could say recency bias, but I really can't think of another remaster that, I mean, not that many games have been remastered to this level, but this is definitely, everybody should be looking at this game when it comes to what a remaster should look like, and not games that were recently. I know I throw shade at Sony, but at the same time, I throw shade at Sony because I'm like, you have one of the craziest plethora of games that actually deserve remasters of this caliber. If y'all hit the remasters from your older titles on this caliber, people will be losing their shit. Even like an OG God of War remaster at this level would go nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I don't know, man. That first Last of Us remaster, when they added The Office in it from The Office, crazy. That went crazy. One of the buildings you walk into, you just walk in, you're like, oh my God, this is Jim's desk. So it's great.
They left there's several lines in the game that they've left, even if they were bloopers and whatnot. I was curious if they're going to touch some of those lines. Like one of them is the lady talking about the thieves ran into this, and she goes, oh, hold on, let me reread that line. And then she says it again. They left it in the game. I was like, yes, stuff like that. Is like, yeah, there's another one where there's some dark elf talking about some crazy stuff, and people were like, I'm not sure if they'll leave that in the game, and they sure did. And I was like, hell yeah. But dude, I'm having such a blast. So many things are iconic. I know where so many things are like, and what to do, but at the same time, it's so weird re-seeing this in a new light. And man, they went so hard with some of these areas, like some of these statues and stuff. I'm like, holy shit, they went hard with the detail on this, and it looks so great. It's the small changes they did make to the combat. Absolutely awesome. I'm having such a blast being able to just run. Insane. Being able to dodge, insane. I'm like, dude, this is one of the greatest games ever. And it's so crazy because it's like we have this game, and I feel like this is another reason why I got so crazy mad at games like Avowed. And it's like, well, maybe they're just making this for like this isn't the same type of game, but it's like, dude, then Avowed is technically a game for nobody then, with the amount of players it's pulling in versus the amount of players that Oblivion Remastered pulled in. And there's reasons why, man. The way the game just plays is just insane. I was dealing with some pirate who chased me, right? Chasing me, attacking me. And I've never, you could technically do this in the OG Oblivion. I just never thought to do it, but chased me. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run into the water. She's chasing me with the water. She's got her sword. She's swinging at me. She hits me a couple times. I go into the water. I'm swimming down. I see her go back up for air. She comes back down. I mean, I go back up for air too. But I was like, you know, I got an idea. So she swims down, and right when she goes back up for air, I paralyzed her. She got stuck, and I swam, and all you hear is and that I was like, that was brutal. That was so brutal, but it was like one of the coolest fucking ways to kill somebody in a game. And it's just crazy that those options are in this game. Yeah. Such a brutal way. And I just like rethinking about this right now. There are spells to burden people. So now I gotta go back and try that. Like I'm gonna lure in a bunch of people into the water and burden them, making them overweight, and just see if they just sink to the bottom and drown. I'm sure it could happen. I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it could happen.
It's pretty sadistic, Adam.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
And then the other thing is,
you should watch the Throngs episode of Black Mirror, because I watched that and I legit actually thought of Adam.
Throngs?
Okay. Yeah.
Which season is that?
I'm guessing it's how somebody treats an NPC character.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's just how people treat sentient beings in like video games.
Hey. It wasn't like I did this out crazy. This pirate lady was coming and attacked me. She wanted blood. She attacked me first.
Yeah, but now you're like, I got a taste for it. I'm gonna grab it.
Exactly. He's like,
I'm gonna
right. People who deserve it.
I'm sure. I'm just gonna pick random motherfuckers out of here.
Derek, you weren't here for it, but last week's episode, he said the first thing he ran out. Oh, actually, was it last week's? No, he said the first things he's excited to do is join the Dark Brotherhood. The way you join the Dark Brotherhood is by murdering somebody innocent.
Oh, yeah, I think I knew that. Yeah,
it was I can't wait.
It was a homeless person.
I can't wait.
He's a monster.
Oh man!
And yeah, right away, they were sleeping on their bedroll. Stab, lay down on their bed, wake up. You sleep pretty soundly for a murderer.
Slept in his own bed. Dirty.
I'm rubbing my hands. I was like, "Hey, Lucien LeChance, what's up?" Shit. But yeah,
so good.
Immediately got in there. Yeah, immediately being a heathen. Damn, my camera focus.
Get close, like it looks.
I gotta get up close, like in Oblivion. Hey, what's up? When you talk to them, they just get that close to the camera. I like how it's like a little headlight pops on them now too. You can see their face a lot clearer when they're talking to you. It's almost like you're interrogating.
The facial expressions are really good too. Like someone acted surprised. Joffrey, when I went to him, he was like, "You can't be the blah blah blah." Like the way his eyes like got really wide, I was like, "Oh, that was kind of creepy." He looked like Gollum.
And there's already like new glitches that I'm loving, and it's just so stupid. I got invisibility, cast invisibility. This one guy, Argonian's after me. He's like, "What? Where you go?" He was just here. And he just kept on, his mouth just kept on stuttering the whole time while holding his sword. The minute I reappear, he'll, "There you are," and then go invisible again.
See, those are the glitches that make the game hilarious.
Yes, absolutely.
It's not game breaking. It's just funny.
There's the weirdest glitch too right away, because the guy in the Dark Brotherhood who is a vampire, I'm guessing this has to be for everyone's, because it's happened way too many times. I'll walk in there. He's supposed to have long hair, and his hair just does not render. He's straight up bald. And I was like, what the heck? And he's just like, "There you are." I'm like, it caught me off guard. Because he's got a very creepy face as well, because they really leaned into the vampirism with him.
Right on.
But yeah, this remaster is just right now is everything.
10 out of 10.
That's awesome.
The only thing that I can nitpick as of right now that I'm like kind of sad did not make it in there is the body's rendering hits after death. I know it's dumb, but one of my favorite things off rip with an OG Oblivion was taking those goblins and just punching their head, and their head is just bobbling the whole time. It just feels nice. You're like, yeah, die. And their head's just bobbling. Now
I wonder if that breaks the game more often than not, and that's why they took it out. I could see that having like it clips through the floor and then it like fucks things up for a little bit.
Yeah, there are two. I have been able to clip people through the floor only when I paralyze and stab them and kill them immediately. For some reason they like sink into the ground. It's happened several times. And then the other one was, or not other one, but you can technically render hits, but with spells. And it's like they just slightly move after death. But man, I miss the physical hits with the dead bodies. But the ragdoll, it's not as good as OG Oblivion, but it's
Can you I didn't try it. Can you pick up the dead bodies?
You can.
Okay, and they'll like flail like that
Yeah,
when they're in the air. Okay, that's good.
I think they're a lot heavier in this game though, because I
Really?
where I'm like barely being able to do it, but I still am. Yeah, like, I can move the arm around. I took a mud crab and his arm was just wailing around. Yeah.
Do they make that one dumb noise when they get killed, or was that Morrowind?
If you're talking about Morrowind, the stupid,
yeah, that okay.
Yeah, it's the Dunmer, the Dark Elves.
I never played that, but you and Cameron said it all the time.
Yeah, you kill a female Dark Elf. Stupid. Yeah, that game has its own. Man, I would love. Okay, I don't get me wrong, because the direction these remaster has gone is already incredible, and we need more of this. But before they go to the clear Skyrim that everyone's gonna want, and rightfully so, that'd be cool to get in the future a Skyrim on this caliber and level. Go back to Morrowind. Give Morrowind some love. If you can voice, because there's so many. There are a lot of lines in Morrowind, but there's so many quests where there's just you're reading. There's nobody talking. You're just reading what they're saying, and you have to pick keywords within certain things to talk with them. If they could voice all of that and bring it back to this level, oh man, I'd be so.
Morrowind deserves it over Skyrim.
Absolutely,
sure. Just because again, the space and how many times we've gotten Skyrim over. I'm guilty of it. I've bought Skyrim at least 3 times. You know,
same.
So yeah,
and if please Bethesda, if you're one of the millions of our viewers, but no, if you're watching, seriously, go to Morrowind before you go to Skyrim, and I think the fans will absolutely love you and adore you, because there's so many cool things I would love to see in like a better light. One of the biggest things I remember that's like was groundbreaking for me, like as a kid growing up and all this stuff, learning about the world of the Elder Scrolls games, is dwarves, extinct. They died from like a virus, and there's no dwarves ever. Morrowind has the only dwarf I have ever seen in any Elder Scrolls game, and he's like half dead, half alive, because his whole lower half's gone. He's like a spider. He's got like his dwarven technology holding his bottom half. And he's got like that infection all over his body, like kind of bloated. It looks gross.
That's pretty cool.
But I would love to see that.
Yeah,
with updated graphics. Let's go.
It wasn't Nebula.
Oh, it wasn't Nebula. Oh, Vivek. Okay.
Morrowind. That's so funny. Wow. So I don't play these games, obviously, but for you that has played both of those, you have the remaster side by side, and you can only pick one to play, and they're done to your liking. Would you play Morrowind or Oblivion?
I'd pick Oblivion. I have more memories with Oblivion.
Oh,
I mean, granted, I played a lot of Morrowind, but a lot of the stuff I played for Morrowind was just me and Cameron screwing around. Like we only played the story kind of once, but we kind of cheesed a lot of the quests to get to the end.
Literally me with Morrowind.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm kind of mad because I would love to go back, and like I don't want to have to deal with dealing with all the OG mechanics and stuff to do it. I would love to do it, and because the ending boss fights in a volcano, this shit's tough. Let's go. Let's bring that back. But
that was on the OG Xbox too. It was crazy for that time.
And that's the other thing. Like Skyrim kind of lost the luster of both Morrowind and Oblivion with the spells. I forgot how cool the spells were in these games, because you can craft your own spells and you can mix spells together and make them all go off at once or do whatever. Like I have
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, one of the first things I did was I've been using summon or conjure a blade or dagger, because I'm like just doing that instead of having to deal with my daggers breaking. Conjure my own dagger, fight with it. Only lasts 15 seconds off rip. I'm like, this thing fucking sucks, but I need it. So you can go to the spell thing to craft your own spell, and you can extend the timer on that. So I have it going for 100 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah, you do have to meet certain levels. Like, okay, you need to be a journeyman or adept at this to do it. Plus, it costs gold and all that.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, but you could if you wanted. And one of the cool things I remember is you were able to, because you get conjure helmet, conjure chest piece, conjure boots, conjure gloves. But then you would go to bring it to the spellcraft table, put that all in one spell, hit it off rip, full set of armor.
Nice.
So that's the cool stuff that I've missed from Skyrim. Should have absolutely still had that.
Yeah.
Really sucks that it didn't, but I'm happy to be playing it with updated graphics in Oblivion. So I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked. So yes, I know I went off on Oblivion. I'm just geeking,
real quick. Was Oblivion original Xbox too, or just Morrowind?
Just Morrowind.
I think it was just Morrowind.
I didn't know Morrowind was though.
Yeah, it was just PC and Xbox, I think.
I didn't think it was original Xbox.
I don't even think it was PC. I think it was just Xbox.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I almost. Spoiler alert! It's not in there, but I almost had it in there.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. But aside from that, okay, so break off from Oblivion since I'm definitely gonna be playing the crap out of that. Been absolutely loving it, adoring it.
Another 500 hours going into that easily soon.
Easily. Monster Hunter Wilds dropped their springtime event. I thought one of the things that they added to it that I really liked, every special event that they've had through requests is available right now for this springtime event. I was like, that's cool. So this way, hey, oh crap, I missed out on that one quest. You can go back and do it right now.
That's
so
pretty cool.
There's like a ton of the event quests going on right now. On top of the new ones they added with the armor sets that look really nice. It's got really awesome looking robes and all that stuff hanging off the shoulders, looking tight. I'm loving it. Giving away a lot of every day they have you can do their bounties instead of the bounties refreshing every week during this event. The bounties are refreshing every day, so you can get the maximum of those armor cores at the very bottom after you finish all the bounty quests. So I was like, that's really cool too. And yeah,
that's what's up.
Been pretty cool. They added some other dope cosmetics, even for Alma. She's got another cosmetic because of the springtime event. You can have it for free for now, only during the event. But if you wanted to pay for it, you could pay for it to have her wear it forever. It's nothing crazy, but it does look nice.
So it goes away with
real money or with in-game money?
Real money.
Real money.
Yeah, unfortunately, but you get it for free while the events are going. So I think that's how they've done it in the past as well. Yeah, that's how they did. Your handler would always represent whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right now. You can, if you don't want that, you can take that off. But yeah, they have that, and so far so good. I'm having a lot of fun. Ray Dow, I think, drops next week. The hard version of Ray Dow, the Gamma version. Oh yeah, next week Tuesday. Gamma Ray Dow. That's going to be a tough one. So I'm excited to try that out.
Gamma Ray Dow.
Yep,
we'll see.
Like the Hulk.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, it's like their harder version. So that's Oh, sorry. It's arc
green
tempered
electricity.
So I'm saying Gamma because that's the armor set.
Kidding.
Is the Gamma Radau set. chill. But it's actually called the arc tempered Radau because we have our tempered creatures, but then a step above tempered is arc tempered. So this will be our arc tempered Radau. I'm sure it's going to have several moves that just one shot you or get you stuck. So I would recommend just boosting up those gems so you don't get stun locked, because I swear that's probably going to be the death of so many people are getting stun locked and be like, I'm fucked. My character's like this and bam. So it's looking pretty mean. So I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah.
But aside from that, those two games, still playing Ark, juggling this. But aside from that, I think that's mainly been like my week. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's great.
All right. Sorry, it took up a lot of time talking about Oblivion. I was just really excited.
Yeah, so
Let's
much
get
for a
into
short
it.
intro.
Right. All right. So everybody, hello. If you're here, if you've seen this is something we're gonna do. This is a little special event today. We're cooking up the Mount Rushmore event. It's something I saw on Twitter a couple of days ago, X, whatever, and it's people were going at each other's throats because somebody put out a Cartoon Network Mount Rushmore, and they're like, "Do you agree?" And people are just tearing into each other. So we're going to tear into each other's. Feel free to come and tear us apart. If you think we're right, if you think we're wrong, feel free to agree with one of us, two of us, three of us, whoever. Make up your own Mount Rushmore. Throw it in the comments. Let us know what you think. But for today, we are doing Mount Rushmore, specifically TV let me dial back. It's actually TV and video games. So the first half being TV will be Nickelodeon's Mount Rushmore, Cartoon Network's Mount Rushmore, and Disney's Mount Rushmore. Sorry. It's a tongue twister, apparently. No. But so when we're talking about Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney, we're not saying it has to be cartoon as long as it was a TV show that you believe defined the generation enough to make a character from that show be the face of your Mount Rushmore, the 4 characters. So you get 4 slots. If you think it defined the generation or defined that genre enough, throw it in there. If you think it doesn't, feel free to argue with us. We're going to make our own arguments of why we believe these things belong where they do. You guys have anything else you wanted to add, like other stipulations? I know we kind of like, it's got to be something that was, I didn't say originated from there, but it absolutely defined said thing, you know?
It was very impactful for that
Right.
council or channel.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all the stuff I did was like, I guess not all of it is.
Some of my stuff's a little biased towards me, but that's okay.
So
Actually, I'm looking at
when doing this, I feel like it's going to be almost impossible to not hit a bias. We're gonna do our best to kind of cultivate what we believe it is, but we'll give our own good reasoning. And it's going to lead into some biases.
bias for me.
We are millennials in the end of the day, so we might have more like a keen view on some of the older stuff versus some of the newer stuff. I try to be like a little good mix of it all. So we'll see what you guys think. Get your arguments. And
Mix for me.
All right. Todd's
Get what you
old man
get.
in it. But so without further ado, I'm going to pull up a screen so we can kind of follow along on what we're doing here. Sorry if I sounded confused at all. I feel like I could have stated everything I said better, but here
Everyone
we are.
knows the concept of Mount Rushmore. You're good.
Yeah. So we're doing the Mount Rushmore of TV to start off with, and let's kick it off with Cartoon Network. So we all devised the list. Feel free to drop in the comments what you guys think the Mount Rushmore is of Cartoon Network. And we'll get into it. All right, who wants to go first?
Sounds like you do.
All right. So
top to bottom.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm going to start it off with something I disagreed with, but I'm going to revitalize it because at the end of the day, as much as because I'm going to have a lot of things I enjoyed more, I'm going to hold my biases off.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Put them on there.
The first one I had, I know we talked a little bit off camera. The first one we ever did talk about as far as Mount Rushmore's off camera was Cartoon Network. I think it was the only one actually. So Todd and Derek have more or less a good idea of what mine was, but I hit it off with Finn and Jake.
It's not the right. I thought you were going.
Well, I'm not going to do it in any particular order. It's just going to be who's on there.
Oh, I know.
So Finn and Jake will be your one spot of your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah,
Okay.
it could be, yeah. So
yeah,
Finn and Jake, I had it over Mordecai and Rigby. I love Mordecai and Rigby, but I love regular show better. I can't deny the impact that Adventure Time has had. It's still going on its own little twists and genres, and I see the admiration everyone has for it over regular show. I really wish it was the other way around because regular show, one of the funniest. But at the end of the day, it was really beautiful in that time period because it was really at that time and place. It was regular show and Adventure Time really holding up Cartoon Network for that good minute there. And unfortunately, I got to give it to Finn and Jake. I love Mordecai and Rigby. I would prefer them to be up there, but I think in good faith, I got to give it to Finn and Jake in the first slot. The second slot, I'm giving it to the Gumball Watterson from The Amazing World of Gumball. Absolutely believe Gumball, The Amazing World of Gumball could have been Cartoon Network's SpongeBob. I feel like that show was absolutely almost impossibly like not flawed at all. It was too funny. The way it was written, the way it was delivered, the show, almost every episode's a banger. I can't see an episode where I'm like, oh, I gotta get past this episode or whatever. But I watched a crap ton of it with my kids. That show is absolutely funny and hilarious. If you ever get the time and you don't believe me, check out a couple episodes of The Amazing World of Gumball. It is top notch. Then I got to give flowers to Ben 10. Another one, a bus I kind of missed because it's kind of a little bit. One. It was like in between me getting out of like that era, but I can't deny Ben 10's it has 4 iterations of Ben 10 with multiple seasons in each of those 4 different iterations, and the fandom it's huge. And Ben 10 as a character is goated. So, I mean, he's in the talks of always being like top notch because he's got access to broken aliens. But aside from that, in general, the impact he's had in any fandom is definitely felt. And the last one, I feel guilty for giving it to them, but I feel like they deserve it mostly out of like the old school era, or at least my old school era of cartoons. Got to give it to the Powerpuff Girls. I feel like they carry more of that representation, more so than like Dexter. As much as I love Dexter and would love to put him up there, and like Johnny Bravo and all them OG ones, I just can't.
Johnny Bravo doesn't stand the test of time.
Hey, no, I'm just playing. I'm just as a character, but like at the same time, yeah, got to give it to the Powerpuff Girls, man. So yeah, Finn and Jake, Gumball, Ben 10, Powerpuff Girls is my Cartoon Network Mount Rushmore.
Right on. So I guess it's my turn. So that's how we're gonna do. All of us are gonna go to Cartoon Network, and then okay.
All right.
So yeah, I also have the Powerpuff Girls on mine because they were huge. They're the Powerpuff Girls. My other two that are more recent, well, one is still, I guess, ongoing, is Teen Titans Go.
I'm so happy. I really wanted to put them on there. I'm
surprised you didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I really
did. I just couldn't in good faith because I couldn't put it over any of the other ones. But
that ain't original, brother.
It is.
Teen Titans Go is original on Cartoon Network 100%.
It is, and it's DC's longest animated series.
Right. DC.
Yes, through Cartoon Network.
Through Cartoon Network.
Right.
The whole time. Fine. It defined
Cartoon I disagree Network. With it. I disagree with it.
Oh,
you disagree with it being able to be on Mount Rushmore?
Yes. For Cartoon Network, because it's not Cartoon Network content.
It is, though.
It is.
If it ever existed,
it didn't originate there. It didn't originate
there.
There.
Absolutely. It absolutely originated there.
Where did it originate?
Comic books. All of those characters are from comic books.
No.
I specifically left out Batman Beyond because
I'm not saying no to your thing, but I'm saying no to that. This is the iteration. This Teen Titans Go is Cartoon Network's.
Just like Justice League was Cartoon Network's iteration of the Justice League. And Justice League Unlimited was the continuation of that.
This is absolutely fair ground.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, I just disagree with it.
That's kind of crazy.
I disagree with your disagreement.
And that's fine. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do.
But there are so many. There are so many that I understand fitting two in a one-headed slot. With Teen Titans Go,
they have a leader.
I do one, and his name is Robin.
Yeah, that's fair.
And for the Powerpuff Girls, I didn't know if I could use all three of their heads, so I was just going to use Professor's head. That's what I wrote down.
Professor Mojo Jojo.
I wanted to do Mojo Jojo, but without the Professor, there is no Powerpuff Girls. So
Professor Utonium.
So after that, I have Adventure Time.
Okay.
Yeah, and fourth, I didn't watch this one as much as other stuff, but I acknowledge how popular it was / still is with people that love it, and I did leave Courage on there.
Okay,
Courage.
I respect that.
The dog.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
All right, Todd.
That'd be my 4.
Hell yeah! Well, we are 3 for 3. The Powerpuff Girls.
Oh shit! I was not expecting. That's awesome.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I wasn't expecting
the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch this crap out of the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
I am also in agreement. Who's gonna get the door? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Come on, guys. Okay. What the fuck?
I was so confused.
You guys.
I didn't watch it that much, man.
You're doing yourself a disservice.
But what I did watch, I liked, and I exactly. I respect the crap out of Courage. I liked every episode I saw, but I didn't go out of my way to watch Courage like I would Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titans Go at the moment.
You guys are crazy for not having Dexter on there.
Man, I wanted Dexter on there so bad. I had him written down for a while.
When you think of Cartoon Network as a child, that's the first cartoon you think of.
Yeah. For me, it's still Powerpuff Girls is the first one I think of. Then
no shot.
Yeah. That's how it would be for me, at least.
Because what was really cool about Dexter's was we got Justice Friends. So great.
Major Glory. Justice Friends. We got the fucking
super dope
family episode where they turn into the Megazord.
That's the family.
Yes.
It's got the best song. Yeah. The song. Exactly. Agreed.
No. I'm okay with getting shamed for that one. I'm not gonna lie. But I stand with what
I'm standing with what I'm standing as well.
Yeah.
Courage top 5.
Top 5.
And
Top 5, so that means he's not on there. The Mount Rushmore.
He might miss Mount Rushmore.
And for the other name, yes, absolutely, had to go with my boy Ben Tennyson.
That's fair.
I never watched it.
That's fair.
Man.
His impact is huge. Like I said, there's literally 4 different iterations.
They're still making Omnitrixes for kids nowadays.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It had
cool.
My daughter Zula going crazy for like a good old year. Like she was all about Ben 10. All of us. So I got a good time actually watching it for the first time.
Love
Ben 10. Hell yeah. Huge. It is absolutely huge. You can't deny it. There's a certain point in time where you're just like, dude, I can't deny the impact that it has had. But at the same time, like I said, Dexter is up there as well. But for me, I had to take him down. I can't put Dexter over Gumball, and I can't put Dexter over Finn and Jake.
Gumball's huge. Gumball is hilarious.
Adam's
100%.
They're even talking about bringing Gumball back. That's how crazy it is. Like
it's fantastic. I'm telling you, I had Dexter written down, and then I was just like, oh man.
People that have just tuned in, we're going over the Mount Rushmores. We're gonna be going over the Mount Rushmores for Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon.
I like
Disney
that you
Channel.
said we're millennials and you guys are over here picking Gen X stuff.
I'm trying. So
what are you talking about? What? That's as millennial as it fucking gets.
Oh my God.
This is where like my mindset is at. You're handed the chisel and hammer, and they're like, all right, starting today at this moment, take a look over the history of Cartoon Network and devise who you think should be the 4 heads from this moment into the past. Who should be the 4 heads that represent Cartoon Network? That's the kind of mindset I'm kind of going into. I'm not trying to go into where my childhood was. That's why I have things like Gumball, Finn and Jake, Ben 10, and then Powerpuff Girls behind. You know, like I feel like that encompasses a good amount of the generations and why they're there. Technically,
tell you right now,
through
man,
Powerpuff Girls is where my Dexter would be represented in my old era.
I'm gonna be so inconsistent with that because I feel like I did that with Cartoon Network, but I did not do that with Nickelodeon. I'm so biased about Nickelodeon.
All right, yeah. So if anybody's watching, feel free to throw on your own 4 for your Mount Rushmores, and if you think we shit the bed with one of them, feel free to let us hear it. If you agree, if you disagree, but we're gonna start moving on to Nickelodeon's.
Let's hear it.
Mount Rushmore. Let me do the little change.
Teenage Robot was after my time of watching that. Kids Next Door.
Dude, Kids Next Door, I was thinking about, but I was like, I can't. Oh yeah, it was good. It was good.
I did enjoy Kids Next Door, but
it was all about number 4, man. He was dope.
I couldn't even tell you what number any of them were. Dude, Ed and Eddie was also iconic. I loved Ed and Eddie.
That one's hard not to put on there too.
It's just you only get 4. You only get 4. It's so hard.
And that's what I'm saying.
Really good ones are gonna get left out. That's just the way.
That's the thing that sucks. Yeah, because it's like I'm not talking shit about them. I absolutely love and adore them. I just have to.
You are though. That's the thing.
No. Derek is for this next one.
I'm sorry.
Heinous stuff that
heinous, said that we're going to say anything heinous. Get out.
Derek said we're going to meet Todd and myself. We're going to disagree with him, and our red flags immediately went up, and we know exactly what he's going to say. So
I have an explanation as to why,
and I have an explanation as to why it should.
That's fine.
Okay,
that's fine. Say what you got to say. Fairly Odd Parents, I love as well. But go on, Adam.
All right. So once again, there's a lot of fantastic shows out there. I'm just picking what I think, and I'll give defenses to each one.
Mm-hmm.
Without further ado, my Nickelodeon Mount Rushmore first spot absolutely goes to SpongeBob. There's no way you can't have him. SpongeBob became the face of Nickelodeon for like a grip for like 20 plus years. It's like when you think Nickelodeon, SpongeBob absolutely is the first thing there. So SpongeBob absolutely has to go there. Second, Avatar Aang, dude. Aang set forth what is going to be one of the craziest come-ups for Nickelodeon. They created a whole Avatar Studios currently because the fandom's so huge. The impact is so vast. They created a studio that's already working like 4 or 5 different projects within the Avatar universe. All started from Avatar Last Airbender. So Aang should absolutely be there. If the impact hasn't been felt throughout everyone, once all of Avatar Studios shit drops, I mean, one movie of a live action show that's currently going on through Netflix, impact absolutely felt and deserved. Aang needs to be up there. That's my defense, because I know Derek's not going to be putting Avatar Aang out there. So he's going to have to rehear all this venom. If that's my red flag that he's, if I'm right, we'll see. Third is Drake and Josh. You can't deny when it comes to live action that their comedic timing and everything, how their show went about itself, didn't set forth everyone else's live action shows, even on Disney Channel. Like the stuff Drake and Josh, iconic, absolutely iconic live action kids show on Nickelodeon. Then to end it, we had somebody else say that shit too with Danny Phantom, the gothic girls.
I was so late on it. That's hilarious.
Oh
no, he's talking about Danny Phantom.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
just straight up Danny.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair though. Okay, but it's still like
respect.
Hey, it did a lot for a lot of people. I wish Danny Phantom was still like done though. Like they should absolutely carry on. If I could pick like an show to continue on, Danny Phantom. It's not on my Mount Rushmore, but I absolutely respect and love it. But finally, would be Rugrats with Tommy Pickles, because before SpongeBob was the face of Nickelodeon, it was Rugrats. It was Tommy Pickles. It was that was Nickelodeon, and then SpongeBob definitely did take that crown. But so to end it off is SpongeBob, Aang, Drake and Josh, Tommy Pickles.
I have the exact same list, so we can just
the
exact same.
Fuck it, Derek.
Okay, so then let me just get that shit out of the way first and foremost. The only reason why Avatar is not on my list is, like I said, I'm going biased with Nickelodeon, and with Nickelodeon, I went to what I watched growing up, what shaped me with my Nickelodeon shows. I was real late with Avatar. I watched Avatar within the past 5 to 6 years, right? Or whatever it was. That was into my adulthood. I missed out on it. That's my own fucking fault. But with what I watched, we have the same exact list, except instead of Avatar, I put the Amanda Show.
Derek.
I love the Amanda Show. And obviously that's Amanda's and Tommy Pickles with Rugrats, SpongeBob, blah, blah, blah.
Derek, you can't.
I can. I won't. I 100% stand on that, because like I said, it was what I watched as a kid, and it was one of my favorite shows to watch. Avatar never was until I was in my late 20s, almost 30.
Amanda Bynes was absolutely destroying it out there. When the young Amanda Bynes was killing it. But man,
I stand by it. There's nothing you can say that makes me feel wrong.
I literally, my argument for why
that's my most confident Mount Rushmore out of all of these.
Todd, can you do me a favor? Can you tell me how many Amanda Show projects are in the future?
That's fine. That's fine. You can pick your argument.
I'm just
it's not going to change anything.
Look at her now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's
honestly,
working on herself from what I hear, she's doing
a podcast
better.
for a little bit. Let's get her on the podcast.
That's
I'm sure she would love to comment on this.
Bringing them dancing lobsters.
That's right.
No, I think Amanda Bynes could have had one of the craziest comebacks if she just didn't, I don't know, do a bunch of the weird stuff she's doing. But I do respect the crap out of her for what she did do.
Yep. I love that show.
Dear Ashley, that's me.
That was all that.
Yeah, but it was still Amanda. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm just, it was all that.
Sorry, I'm right. And you're
you know what they're looking at. No, I'm just joking. All right. So is that it for our Nickelodeon?
That is it for
Todd
Nickelodeon.
only was the only one that got it right. I'm just joking, Derek.
Hey, you're allowed to disagree with it, man.
And
that's fine.
Shout out to Wild Thornberries.
Shout out.
Definitely does. I don't think it defined a generation, but it did define enough of
Marianne. My shout out was the one that I really wanted to put on there that I never did was Rocket Power.
Yeah, I knew it. Woogity woogity.
Woogity woogity.
Dude.
I wanted it. That and Hey Arnold.
I was gonna say,
I
I'm
said
surprised you
Hey
didn't
Arnold.
have Hey Arnold on
Hey
there.
Arnold
Jared. That's
was
where
a
I thought
struggle
you
for
were
me
gonna
not
go.
to put on there though too,
It
because
was a
Hey Arnold
struggle.
was so dope. Absolutely loved it. Coolest room in fiction. Just put it out there.
No. Drake and Josh, what are you talking about?
I would take Arnold's room in a heartbeat over Drake and Josh's. The fucking sky, the sky view. Oh my goodness,
that's cool. They had a double decker. It was their
you
fucking
can build
shit
a
was,
double decker in Arnold's room. You can't.
No, the space they had in that room
The space
alone.
was insane.
The space,
Their space
you
is
win.
bigger than my house right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's bigger than my living room.
I still loved Arnold's. Arnold's room was a vibe like crazy.
Had the little ladder that you go up. Yeah, that was good.
Dude.
I liked
And his
Arnold's
it was
room.
like what is a couch bed? Boom, boom, or pulled up. Oh my god. Oh, I love it.
Everything was controlled by a remote.
I need a VR room where I could just chill in Arnold's room. Just like, hell yeah. Oh man. All right. So moving on, we're gonna go into the dangerous territory. Water's untreaded up for Derek and myself here.
I apologize to all you Disney children. I did not watch much of it.
So
you're
Derek and I are
all
the same
gonna
boat.
hate my list.
So the struggle I had with Disney Channel was obvious. Derek and I, growing up, we were hardcore Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network kids. There was a reason, because it was better. So that's why. So I'm sorry. 100%. There were great Disney shows out there. It's just Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. We were eating so good. We were feasting when there was only scraps at Disney. It is what it is. I said what I said. With that being said, there's some things I actually enjoyed more on Disney that I still didn't put on my list because I just knew that there was more popular things at the time. And I can't deny it. One of the things I can't put on there because I loved it, but I knew things were better than it or more popular than it, was Even Stevens. I love Even Stevens. Even Stevens was one of the only Disney live action Disney shows I'd actually go, hold up, I'm watching this. But I knew there were other ones that were more popular than it. So to start it off, this one was a struggle. There was like two of them I was like kind of mulling over. I'm not sure. But Hannah Montana, just because Miley Cyrus, I knew that whole, I was never watching it, but for like a long time, I would say that was dominating Disney Channel. Every time I saw Disney Channel, I was like, Hannah Montana this, Hannah Montana that. And I feel like a lot of shows went on to copy that type of formula with Hannah Montana, even stuff semi recently. Recess was great. But my next one, I put That's So Raven. That one I was even still kind of, because I was like, it was either That's So Raven or Lizzie McGuire. And I was like, I feel like those could go either or. So I went with That's So Raven because that's the one I knew more of. And then the other two, one of them I haven't seen, but I know how popular it is still till this day. Well, actually, both of my last ones are, but this one is very popular, even on TikTok. The creator of the show is on TikTok, and he talks to everybody, and they still talk about the show. Is Phineas and Ferb. Had a chokehold of definitely not a generation I watched, but it was huge. Like people literally all about it. They had like 3 or 4 different little like action or not live action, but movies within that whole show. And they're talking about bringing the show back and this or that because the creator's heavily involved with his fans. So I'm like, that's actually cool. And then the last one is Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls had like another crazy chokehold. Even still to this day, you have books that come out and sell out like immediately. Like there's a book of Bill sold out. We had a hard time even getting it for Ava, who really wanted it, because we're like, damn, Gravity Falls has like a crazy following. And I wanted to put Kim Possible. I really did, because I knew it had a crazy chokehold, but I just, over Phineas and Ferb and Gravity Falls, I just couldn't. I feel like those two, I think they have the upper hand. I think Gravity Falls and Phineas and Ferb have the upper hand over Kim Possible. As big and huge as Kim Possible was.
I feel like Gravity Falls is kind of a crazy one because it was so short.
Yeah, but that was like the thing. It was like everyone was jonesing for more because the creator, he was even offered to do more seasons, but he's like, no, I had a story to tell. He said, I had a story to tell. I told my story, and it went on to spawn like 3 or 4 different shows that are currently going on through Disney that copied the whole style. They're trying to recreate that magic, but it's like
Oogie.
So that's mine. Sorry if you all hate it. I know I didn't put Kim Possible. I know it's so huge, but maybe I might be willing to move some of my other live actions. I don't, like I said, don't think it'd be Phineas and Ferb or Gravity Falls, but maybe That's So Raven out with Kim Possible. like I said, I don't know a lot of Disney. I never watched Kim Possible. I did know how huge it was though. So
yeah, I know people still have that as their ringtone sometimes.
Right, that ringtone is very iconic.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad if you were like, yeah, fuck you, put this in there. So like, I get it.
Yeah, so mine, I don't know if it's going to be better or worse, no idea. But I also do have That's So Raven and Hannah Montana both on there. The ones where we differ are I have no animated shows on here. Sorry. It's Wizards of Waverly Place and The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
I'm suffering right now. Ty was a weird Disney kid. I'm joking.
I didn't watch it. I don't know. But those are the 4 I went with.
Hot as
yeah.
It's true. Yeah. I could be wrong with the Kim. Like I said, like if anything, I think I'd probably move That's So Raven out.
I only went with That's So Raven because of the 4, that's the only one I've seen episodes of.
Right. That's exactly my kind of thought process. I was like,
there it is.
I remember.
And I know people really liked Wizards of Waverly Place, and people that like Zach and Cody really like Zach and Cody. So I was just like, sure, those got.
It went on to have 2 different. That's the other one I had like struggled with too, because it had like the Sweet Life on Deck and all that too. So it had like 2 different iterations of the show. So
yeah,
that one I struggled with. Derek and I struggled. So
Wizards and Sweet Life got love too.
Don't crucify us, okay? We weren't Disney kids.
You could try.
I mean, you can crucify me for coming at Disney reckless because I was saying I still stand by that. Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon where it was at.
Right on. All right, Todd. So you're the one that watched Disney.
Yeah, I caught this concept off of X because people were talking about Cartoon Network and people were crucifying each other over their hot takes. So we jumping in the hot takes, having some of our own. So feel free to add your own. We'd love to hear it. We'll try and respond back.
The one that I struggled the absolute most with not putting in there is Lizzie McGuire. I'm sad with myself for not putting that in there, but I
only get 4 spots, like
exactly. So Lizzie did not make it, unfortunately. Hillary, still love you, girl. Keep doing what you're doing. But no, from the top. Oh, I also really struggled with I didn't put the Proud Family in there. I really wanted to.
That was another one I struggled
for me not to put in there, but I ended up not putting it in there. I went with That's So Raven, iconic, fantastic. Hannah Montana, iconic, fantastic. That was the one that I struggled with going back and forth with Lizzie McGuire and Hannah Montana. Had to go with that. You guys are in fucking sane for not having Kim Possible on there.
You're
Kim
probably right.
Possible,
okay.
I oh my god, as far as animated shows go for that generation across Nickelodeon and fucking Cartoon Network, with other shows that were on at that time, I'm telling you, I'm probably choosing Kim Possible over whatever shows were on at that time.
That's actually crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll take the dog water of Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon over Kim Possible.
You are insane.
I didn't watch it, man. I just know how she dresses, and there's the little beeper thing, and
the ringtone, and the gerbil, right?
The gerbil,
mole rat.
Yeah, the naked mole rat. You got Ron,
yeah.
You got Wade, you got Shigo. It's fucking fire.
I don't know what any of that is.
Fire. Oh my god,
we're out for blood for Kim Possible, apparently.
And then
I just didn't watch it,
one.
Man.
The last one is Lilo and Stitch. That was the best continuation of.
I didn't watch a single
Disney
original
original
show.
No, best continuation. The fucking aliens they kept getting were dope. It was good.
Okay.
I struggled with that and The Emperor's New School because that was another one that was a phenomenal. A phenomenal like continuation of what was a fantastic movie. And I ended up going with Lilo and Stitch because
the Lilo and Stitch
I never would have guessed that.
I only really I remember it was kind of like a tug of war. Like I remember watching, I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a lot of episodes of it. The only really cool one I really liked was the electric one. That one was cool as hell. I did watch that one. That alien version of Stitch or whatever.
Adam had some love for Phineas and Ferb. I missed that. I wasn't on Perry the Platypus train.
Yeah,
it wasn't funny to me. Like I watched a fair amount of it, but it didn't like.
I never even really watched a lot. I just know the chokehold it still has on our generation right now. Because like literally, like I said, like
My
TikTok
kids
goes
like it.
nuts for it right now. The creator is on there, like he does all the voices. He talks about the projects they're still doing and planning, and I'm like, dude, it's Phineas and Ferb's up there, man. That's why I put it on mine.
My kids like it, and I've seen some episodes. It's funny. I missed it. I'm too old.
Well, yeah, there was we were in. Actually, when did Phineas and Ferb come out? Because it, like I said, it did have a chokehold for a while, but I think it was like, sorry, and Ferb. I spelled Phineas god awful. 2007. Holy cow! I thought that was a lot later. So
I'm 16.
Yeah. Okay. Older Phineas and Ferb was up. Like I said, I know the love for Phineas and Ferb's up there. That's why I put it on mine. So for my Disney was Phineas and Ferb.
I do apologize for my Disney list because I didn't watch this. So
I still stand by some of my arguments though. The ones I'm willing to the one I'm willing to let go is That's So Raven. Phineas and Ferb I think deserves to be up there. Gravity Falls as cheeky as you guys may think it, I think it holds a lot of water. And
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't even know what the fuck Gravity Falls is.
Really?
Adam loves it because
it's actually I've seen all of it. It is actually really good though.
Yeah.
So maybe I have a bias.
It's a little biased.
At the same time, okay. I do know it has like a crazy cult following. Like I'm telling you, books of this thing sells out still to this day. People are jonesing for more seasons of the creator to do more. But he's like, I have a story and I told it.
He doesn't like it.
My favorite Disney was Flash Forward, but not as a Rushmore. See, I had that with Even Stevens. Absolutely loved it over probably the majority of the live action shows, but I just couldn't do it in good faith to put it on Mount Rushmore.
Right on.
Shia LaBeouf, man, he was icon. His acting, his childhood acting is crazy good. Beans and all that.
All right, we ready to move on to the
consoles? Yeah, so that's it for now. We might touch on this later. This is pretty cool. Or we might do more stipulations. If you guys would like to see us do other Mount Rushmores for different channels or different shows for different eras, maybe I know that would be like a little more nitpicky with it. I know Rushmore is supposed to stand the test of time. So these are really, truly things supposed to stand the test of time. So maybe if it's a different topic or this or that, fast food places or something.
Right.
But aside from that, we do have the next three, which are just going to be video game era. So we're talking PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. So without further ado, I'm going to do the little switchy switch. Oh, I didn't even add these yet. Which one do you guys want to do first? PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo? This one I actually struggled with a lot. I'll just do Xbox. We'll throw in there.
You still have us on intros, my brother.
Oh, yeah, I did that on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. I'm joking. That was a mistake. Watch this banner disappear. All right.
The Marvel support strike? What?
You guys talk about the Marvel support strike. I don't know what that is. Marvel support strike.
That's more up my alley. There's a big strike with support players in Marvel right now.
Oh, I actually did semi-hear about that.
People are toxic.
Brief you want to talk about that briefly or no?
I mean, that's basically it. Just the support players, like the high-end support players, are just fed up with the state of people complaining about not getting heals, but also not helping them. And like right now, it's not like the funnest to play support, especially with how they changed the ranking system. So as a Rocket, I can have 70,000 heals at the end of the game, but 0 eliminations and like no damage done. And I'll get a win and I'll only get 15 or 10 plus to my SR, as opposed to the DPS player that I'm healing the entire time who goes off for 50 kills. They get 25 plus or 30 plus and like it's basically going off of stats, but it's not going off of the right stats, because like for a tank, the biggest stat for a tank is deaths. If you're surviving as a tank, you're winning the game. So I watched a clip where a guy was talking about how he had 7 deaths in the game, and the only time him and the other tank died was when they fully died as a team wipe. They still ended up winning that game in No, actually, I can't remember. I think they ended up losing that game. But the difference of SR that they got compared to their DPS player was significant, like dramatic. So right now, the meta is to play DPS so you can get higher ranks faster because you'll get more SR when you win and you'll lose less SR when you lose. So it's geared more towards DPS people, and that's what people all want to do is just play DPS. So you'll have like one tank, 5 DPS, and one healer, you know? So everyone who is good at healing is like, fuck that. I'm just going to go to DPS and get to the high ranks. It's just a weird spot right now.
Right on.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a word salad.
No.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
It's interesting seeing people striking via a video game. Yeah. I can really respect that. I love that.
It'd be kind of funny though. Both teams are striking.
And like I've seen clips where people are literally like flexing all of their Lord icons in support, and then they'll like go hit Spider-Man. It's like, I play all these characters, I'm capable of it, but no, fuck you, I'm gonna go do this instead.
It's funny.
Sure, it's hard out there for the supports.
I've been saying it since fucking Overwatch. We're playing a different game as a support character. You're playing Dead by Daylight. We're
running from the killers. They're hooking you
the entire time. And you don't get rewarded for that. Like that as a support, you don't get rewarded. So.
I mean, who knows? Things could possibly change. Well, I don't know how much it would change. I mean, Marvel Rivals devs seem to be pretty on point with changing things to keep the.
I would assume going into 1.5, they will change
or 2.5?
How the ranking. 2.5, sorry. I will assume they would change how like the ranking is affected, because I think that took a really big step back.
You think?
Because they were trying to give you the incentive, like, oh, if you do good, but they did it in the wrong way, essentially. Like they only did it for high kills.
Oh, that's basically. Right. You were talking about that the other day. Yeah. So you're rewarding kind of like bad behavior in a sense.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Reckless behavior that kind of throws your team. Okay. Yeah. We'll see. It's kind of interesting how they're doing it, but I feel like the devs have it in good faith to make the right decisions. But
yeah.
Moving on.
We'll be fine going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I always fear too, but I guess only time will tell. Fingers crossed.
I think they're eating just fine off of their microtransactions. They're releasing something every week, and everyone's spending money.
I feel like you tend to get a toxic community like that. Only like I feel like it was bound to happen with a size that huge. You know, with that many people playing, you're bound to get toxicity.
Yep.
Just seeing how well you can kind of like balance it out. Still, you got to fight it one way or another. It's going to be there pretty much. Truly striking. But all right, we're gonna jump back into this Mount Rushmore. We're gonna do Xbox games of just define what games define the Xbox. This one I thought was gonna be easy off rip, and then I started doing it, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, hold up, this isn't actually easy at all. So I actually had to like.
This is from this list on. All of these is probably where you guys are gonna hate me.
That's fine.
I don't know. I actually am very curious what your guys' Xbox. There's only 2, and I think you guys have those 2 on there aside from the rest of them.
Yeah, like, obviously.
This one is the one where I have one. I'm not sure if you guys are going to accept it because I was kind of like maybe. But all right,
let's just start from the top. Go ahead.
Master Chief, obviously.
I'm personally more of an Arbiter guy, but whatever. I'm just kidding.
How fucking funny would that be? Look at the Mount Rushmore as Arbiter. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Absolutely disrespectful, Chief.
That's so funny.
Then I have Marcus Phoenix. So,
Gears
of War. That's why I said it was like if those 2 for sure. Then now we start getting into the weird territory. I'm gonna get the other one I feel more comfortable with before I do the one that's kind of an oddball. More comfortable with is Big Daddy from BioShock. Okay.
Yeah. All right, that's reasonable. I accept that 100%. I just never got into that series, so I don't have it on my.
I never did either.
110% deserves to be on there.
Okay, that's how I felt. I never got into it. I know everyone keeps saying, "What are you crazy?" Yep. I know. I always planned on it, but my backlog of games is already insane. So, yeah. So let's. Then the final one is the one I could see kind of being like, but I put Minecraft Steve as my fourth one. Mojang did start kind of off of, multi-platform, but then Xbox did buy Mojang, and then now majority of people can only play like the most current updated versions of Minecraft on Xbox.
Okay. if that's how you feel.
I feel like that one's kind of weird. I don't know. I just feel like
I
might as well put a fucking Tetris block up there, Adam.
Oh no!
I can't be mad. My list, I don't know. My fourth one, I was gonna be like, what the fuck? But whatever.
I tried, but if you guys weren't willing to accept that, I was gonna throw in Rasputin from Psychonauts. But okay. I love him. I don't know. I don't know where to put Minecraft Steve, but if does he not deserve to be on there? I don't know.
Probably not.
He technically is Xbox, but like, I don't know.
Well,
nope. That's crazy. All right, whatever. Let me hear your guys' list. I'm curious what you guys got.
Adam loves recency bias, man. He's like, yo, that Minecraft movie was
no
fire. We
way.
Gotta get Steve on there.
The Minecraft movie was actually good. What the hell? But that's not why I put him on there.
So I went with Master Chief and Marcus Phoenix as well.
What?
So for my, this is so dumb. For my third, I went with Fable. And the face is Jack of Blades.
I was gonna do that too, but I just feel like that's not a good enough because there's no defining face to put on there. I don't know.
That's why you went with Jack of Blades. And then the fourth one, oh dumb, is
right.
It's Forza. And it's just
you're not gonna put a fucking car up there.
The logo for Forza, the F. That's the fucking the head.
That's not a fucking no.
I respect it because I really wanted to put Forza on.
No,
it's gotta be.
I've got the car from one of their
no way.
Games. I was just like, just put a car up there.
Prepared.
Hell yeah.
I don't.
Forza.
Okay, I don't feel bad about Steve being up there. At least it's a person.
Steve is worse than fucking.
It's
a block
over a car.
It's a block. You're just literally gonna have a block up there. There's no defining features.
He's a block.
What are you gonna paint it?
Hey, he's a block man. You can do a creeper.
Still no defining features. It's a block. All of that is off the color.
You can just do little indentations. You can carve a Steve face into a mountain.
Go ahead, Todd.
Yes, Master Chief, Marcus Phoenix goes without saying. Absolutely.
The easy two.
They're at the top. After that,
the only easy two.
Sam Fisher. The original fucking Xbox. Go crazy.
See, I wasn't sure if he was is it exclusive to Xbox?
It was when it first came out. Fisher. It was only on the original Xbox.
Splinter Cell, yeah. I wasn't sure. I thought about that too, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that came out on
that game made me want to get an original Xbox because I was like, this shit is crazy.
I never played those games.
Phenomenal. And then after that, it was a staple in my childhood, and it bloomed into an interesting series. But I'm gonna go with Jack Carver for the face.
Oh, you're saying Fallout or Far Cry?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm not mad at that. That one I'm not mad at.
That's an Xbox exclusive.
And the original first two, I believe, were, and that was like where I remember like playing that level editor, like all of that stuff. Like that was again, it was game breaking.
I forgot about the level editor. I was forever on it. That was so cool.
I was gonna say my childhood was Cameron making a bunch of levels and me just playing through them.
Yeah, because you could like edit it. Can you edit in real time?
I don't know about in real time, but like you can make the terrain bigger. Yeah.
I totally forgot that was a thing. You just woken up some crazy ass memories. That was nuts.
Hell yeah. I respect it.
Todd gets the W on that one. All right. You sure you don't want Minecraft Steve driving a Forza vehicle?
Positive.
That would go hard though. Clark is right. All right.
So we're going next.
So I guess, yeah. So which one? Who wants to pick the next one since I picked that one? Someone pick
I have
Nintendo.
PlayStation next in my line.
All right.
PlayStation.
Todd said PlayStation. Damn it. Boop.
PlayStation.
Right. I was gonna say challenge everything, but that isn't that EA. Right?
Challenge everything. Yeah, that's EA Sports.
Right. EA. No. That's in the game, and then
No, I think they did challenge everything.
And it's like a whisper, right? Challenge everything. Yeah.
Because I think that's how it was for the like Def Jam.
I don't even remember.
I know what it is for NFL Street. EA. So hard. All right, jumping into PlayStation. Does somebody want to kick it off first so I can not be the first one that does it? Put me on the spot.
I can if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, from the top.
I think we're all going to have the same one at least.
With Metal Gear.
Okay.
Obviously. Fucking Solid Snake, the GOAT, 1 through 3 in that franchise is probably the best trilogy of gaming.
Okay. That's actually an interesting take.
It is.
I can't dispute it. I never played it.
Todd hasn't played Mass Effect. Granted, I haven't played Metal Gear, so you can throw that right back at me. So let me take that back. I
have played Mass Effect. The first one sucked.
The bullshit. Mechanics, maybe, but
yes. Number 2, I put Spider-Man.
Really?
Yes, because that again, I feel like we talked about it when we talked about PlayStation 2 back in the day, but that open world Spider-Man 2 game that we got
perfect
just set the precedence for everything going forward that we wanted in a superhero game.
I honestly forgot about the OG one to put into this. Damn it.
You're crazy.
Yes.
I'm happy you went first because I didn't have to make a complete fool of myself now.
Yes, so I had to go with Spider-Man because even again, I haven't played all of the new ones, but putting the respect on the new ones that are out today, I don't think there is like, I'm not going to say there's not any bad Spider-Man content out there because there is bad Spider-Man games, obviously, but for the most part, they're fucking eaten. And yeah, I had to go with Spider-Man. I think that's a great Sony exclusive to really hone in on. After that, gotta give him his props. It was my introduction into the turn-based genre, and I do love it. Cloud for Final Fantasy. I know that's gonna ruffle some feathers, Derek.
That's your Mount Rushmore, man. I got nothing against it.
But yeah, had to go with Cloud. That Final Fantasy is phenomenal. It's a great RPG, and it's probably, again, top 5 RPGs of all time.
And they're remaking them, so
exactly. And then last but not least, I know you'll probably say recency bias, but I also couldn't think of a trilogy that I enjoyed more going back to PlayStation aside from the Metal Gear. And I'm going with Devil May Cry.
Whoa, that's actually insane that you do not have a character. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. All right. We'll go into it when you're wrong, because you're definitely wrong on this one. For at least one of them, one of those slots does not deserve to be over this one person.
I'm down.
There's no
I'm
way.
sure there's someone that I forgot.
Dang. Damn. Okay.
Unless you guys are gonna say Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, see, I thought you were actually gonna do that just to be cheeky. I'm like, you motherfucker.
No, because I was gonna put Dragon Ball Z in there, but again, that started branching off into so much like different stuff, so I didn't put Dragon Ball Z in there for that reason.
Okay. All right, Derek, you want to kick it off?
All right. To do a Mount Rushmore of PlayStation and not have Kratos on it is the most.
That is actually crazy.
Fucking ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's as earned as Master Chief and SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's like that is the face. His face is Sony's face. That's but hey, you know what? It's your Mount Rushmore.
Sound off.
That's so crazy. He's the number one. He's the George Washington at the fucking highest point. Kratos, non-debatable. Then for me, y'all are hating. That's fine. It's Ellie from The Last of Us, because The Last of Us is my Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3 for you greatest story video game. The Last of Us is the greatest story I've ever played in a video game for me. I love it. It's one of my favorite games. It's Ellie's face, not even Joel's, because it's Ellie. She's dope as fuck. And then this one is me giving someone their flowers. Never played it. Horizon Zero Dawn is super dope. I love that game, but it's not in my Mount Rushmore. If I did go a little more biased with it, Alloy from Horizon Zero Dawn would be in place of this person, but I went with Uncharted, Nathan Drake, because that's a super beloved franchise that people are all about, those games. So I just was giving it its flowers for that. And then last is, of course, Spider-Man, because it's fucking Spider-Man. Everything that was so perfect about Spider-Man 2 back in the day, like Todd was saying, is just amplified by 100 in these most recent games. And then the fact you get to play Miles Morales in it is amazing. His power is so much. I even have him. I have Miles for the head for Mount Rushmore. I know Peter Parker is Spider-Man, the more iconic of the two, but Miles' game.
Mary Jane up there?
Fuck off.
Dude, her gameplay was sick.
Miles' game is way better. Like when you get to play with Miles and his powers, so much better than playing as Peter Parker.
I don't know if it's better than playing as Peter Parker from Spider-Man 2 on the OG, though, you know?
When you're delivering pizzas and you can't fucking land with the roll because you destroy the pizza.
That's immersion, brother.
Iconic.
It's definitely Miles for sure.
So that's it for yours?
Go ahead. Yep.
All right. PlayStation, you gotta have Kratos. There's no way you don't have this man. This man literally is the spokesman for PlayStation. You think PlayStation, you see Kratos' face absolutely immediately.
That's the face you see when you think fucking Sony.
I think it's crazy that Todd doesn't have him at all. That's
not
insane.
me. I think Sackboy.
That's trolling. Trolling
for sure.
So then next,
you should play it. It's amazing.
I know. Last of Us has a huge following, huge. It's got its own show going as well. Before it would come Uncharted. I feel like because it was same people, right? Isn't that Naughty Dog?
Does Naughty Dog do Uncharted? I don't know, probably.
Whatever. Anyway, I feel like that if without Uncharted there was no Last of Us. I feel like that.
I'm not putting Uncharted on there which I really struggle with not putting it on there. Tomb Raider. I'm just responding to Derek and you talking about Uncharted. That's why I personally don't have Uncharted.
This is my thought process. Uncharted had 4 games and a movie, right? Huge. Mm-hmm. And then before that, I feel like there would be no Uncharted without Tomb Raider. And Tomb Raider went out and popped off. Whenever I think PlayStation, I think of OG Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So I have Lara Croft. I have Kratos, then Lara Croft for me.
Okay,
I respect that.
I'm not mad at that. I
went with Dante because I played those games more than I played.
And I feel like because technically this is kind of how my mindset is. Because we have Lara Croft exists is how basically butterfly effect to where we have Last of Us. I feel like without Lara Croft, you wouldn't have something like that. I feel like Lara Croft inspired the creation.
That's a wild jump.
Yeah, it is. But I feel like Lara Croft absolutely inspired Uncharted. Uncharted absolutely inspired them to continue on with those type of mechanics to create Last of Us.
Disagree more, but okay.
Those games don't play anything like each other.
Except they do, don't they?
No.
Last of Us and
Have
Uncharted?
you played Uncharted or seen any gameplay for it?
Yes. It's literally over the shoulder, shooting, jumping, part, you know.
I don't know.
Am I crazy?
No. Yes, you're crazy. You're crazy.
I'm pretty sure they play semi-similar.
No, Last of Us seems like it's way slower based and like you're like humanized as opposed to being like Indiana Jones, who's using his fucking whip, traversing from fucking terrain to terrain, jumping off of flying motorcycles and exploding helicopters.
And I think the story for like everything with Last of Us, I don't understand how that's inspired by Uncharted.
Okay, so it's Naughty Dog. So Naughty Dog.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, they made Uncharted successful. They got the money to make.
And they said, you know what sounds really good?
Build on
post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic zombie game.
Why not?
Because
they were like,
I got inspired by Uncharted. That doesn't make any sense.
So they built Uncharted. Like, okay, what if we took these type of mechanics, slowed them down a bit, still over the shoulder, third person, guns, this in action, story, a lot of hyper fixating on cinematic experience, blending in with your third person character. I feel like that's the type of similarities they have.
Okay.
And I feel like
you have to go to your third one, I think. Right?
Yeah. So basically, Laura Croft, thank you for making The Last of Us. That's what Derek wanted to say. Next, I have Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank, because they are literally there's an iteration of Ratchet and Clank. I think with every new version of PlayStation, every generation that drops with Sony is dropping with Ratchet and Clank. They are ride or die with that game, and I feel like it's only right to have them in there.
You lost. What do you mean you lost? Oh, you lost us, or? Confused.
And then last one I have is Snake. I've never really gotten into the Metal Gear Solid, but once again, when I think PlayStation, even though he's not exclusive now, it's one of the first people I think of is Solid Snake, and he's impact during the generation. Laura is the cornerstone for all. That's right.
So then we just have a Nintendo left, right?
Yes.
Nintendo.
Jumping into Nintendo. Hey, who are those two guys?
Tell you who's not going to be on my list.
I can easily tell you who's not going to be on mine. I think we're going to have very close list here. I feel like
I feel like if there's going to be one where
drama,
all four of us agree.
I think this one might be the one we all agree on.
No,
there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. All right.
I feel like if you guys pick something that's not on my list, then you're wrong.
Maybe it might be drama, because I feel like, yeah, if there's no way, because there's these names. Like I said, we got into like a little debate. I think Nintendo's standing on three major legs. So I'll start off my list. Those three major legs are Mario, Zelda, which I put Link, and then Pikachu for Pokemon. Those three things are holding up Nintendo like a motherfucker right now. So with those, and I think my additional fourth head would be the Drift King Donkey Kong.
I have the same exact list.
Okay, let's go. Todd
does not.
Donkey Kong.
Why
Donkey
not?
Kong.
No way.
For the face of Nintendo? You're telling me Mario, Link, Donkey Kong, and Pikachu wouldn't?
I feel like that's
Nintendo.
Sure.
Okay, what do you have?
Donkey Kong is in Mario's world, so I don't do that. Like Donkey Kong is Mario's. That's like putting Bowser up there.
Technically, Mario's in
Donkey Kong's.
True.
Technically. Hey, Ratchet and Clank deserve to be on PlayStation.
So who's your fourth, Todd?
Star Fox.
See, I like that, Star Fox, but I think Donkey Kong deserves to be separated from Mario.
Fall Guys.
Whoops.
Fall Guys, unfortunately, is not everything. It's
Where's the Fall Guy? Yeah, it's not exclusive. That's the only reason. Otherwise, it would have been the first one, obviously.
Obviously.
Star
Fox over Donkey Kong.
Yes, because it's like its own entity. When I think of Donkey Kong, I think of Mario. I'm sorry.
What? The only time they exist outside the party games was the first original Jumpman, and that's not, you can't even say that's. It's like, yes, it's Mario, but no, it's not. That's Jumpman, not Mario. You could say that, and then the second thing would be the movie. But aside from that, Donkey Kong has been existing in
all the Donkey Kong games you've played and Mario games that you played that aren't party games. When do you ever see them together? You don't. That you played specifically most of your life. Yeah, I guess that's drama. Like, yeah, that's just crazy to me.
I love Star Fox.
How do you associate Donkey Kong with Mario?
Look, you had Diddy Kong Racing not even have a Mario character in there.
Donkey Kong wasn't in it either.
Okay, but I mean, it's still a subsidiary of Donkey Kong is Diddy Kong. And There's no way.
Donkey Kong is definitely. Yeah, I love Star Fox. I love Star Fox, and I'm of all the other faces. To
If
put
we're
on there,
doing
I'm glad
staples,
you
I
did.
still wouldn't like. This is my again personal preference. This is my Mount Rushmore. But if we're doing personal, like I still wouldn't put him up there. I would put probably. This is gonna sound crazy, but probably Duck Hunt over that.
No way.
Over
Donkey
Donkey
Kong?
Kong Country.
Yes. Yes.
Donkey
Dude,
Kong
no
Country
way.
2. You're insane.
You have multiple Donkey Kong countries. You have Donkey Kong 64. You got Donkey Kong TV show. Do you remember that shit? You got the Donkey Kong rap. Come on. You don't got none of that with Duck Hunt.
That's true, but Duck Hunt creates the innovation for everything that Nintendo had going forward. Without Duck Hunt, there's no fucking Wii. Without Duck Hunt, there's no Wii U. There's no fucking Switch. Like that, all of that technology that they were using in the early 90s and implemented into their literal consoles that no one else was doing stemmed from Duck Hunt and all of the Robco.
And yet Duck Hunt's not on your Mount Rushmore. So why are we arguing?
I mean, the next time we saw it, it's wait for Nintendo to drop the ball on that.
I'm saying
that
Duck Hunt deserves to be on there more than Donkey Kong, but I'm still not putting either of them on there because Star Fox.
Star Fox is dope.
Yeah, it is.
You know what was super dope about Star Fox? The N64 version, and I didn't really fuck with any other one.
You didn't play the GameCube one?
Oh, we played a little bit of the GameCube one. It was
that
cool.
one was so fire. The land scene.
I would so much rather play the
Star Fox
version.
Assault. That's what it was called.
I would so much rather play 64 Star Fox than the GameCube one.
And if we want to put anybody from Star Fox up there,
and you'd rather play Donkey Kong Country over the original Star Fox on 64?
Dude, I wanted to put Spyro in there.
No, but I'd rather play Donkey Kong 64 than Star Fox 64.
What did I say?
Donkey Kong Country.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Donkey Kong 64 slaps. I think so many people missed out on that game. I feel like that game would be more of a staple that everyone absolutely has to play and talk about.
I think Star Fox 64 is one of the most fun N64 games for sure. But I also think Donkey Kong 64.
Donkey Kong 64? It's gonna be a hot take. It's better than Mario 64. Donkey Kong 64 is better than Mario 64. I love Mario 64, but Donkey Kong 64 had to offer way more.
You know what? I want to take Star Fox out.
Donkey Kong, let's go.
No, he's not going Donkey Kong.
I know he's not. He's gonna say something.
He's gonna go like Mr. Game & Watch or something stupid.
No. I'm going with the thing that started it all for us as children, playing a first-person game.
Oh, GoldenEye.
Yes,
that's fair.
I'll take Star Fox out and I'll put GoldenEye.
Don't hate that, but at the same time,
I'm sorry. I did fuck that up. Fuck Star Fox, everybody. The drama was right. You're right. Fuck it. It's trash game.
He's still wrong.
Trash game.
But GoldenEye is a fine answer.
And I feel like GoldenEye.
I forgot about GoldenEye.
Because it's not as good as Donkey Kong.
But okay. But see, that's the thing is that like we're doing this for Nintendo, right? You're picking one game for the Nintendo 64.
Nintendo IP. You're right. If you guys can fucking,
that's where
you guys
no, that's not
goddamn.
Don't say you're right. That's not my. Shut the fuck
Titans.
up. That's not my argument. Shut the fuck up. That's not my argument. My argument is that you're taking one Nintendo 64 game and making it a pillar for the entirety of Nintendo.
No, making it a pillar for the entirety of gaming. Gaming in general.
Nintendo games.
No. First-person shooter gaming.
That's not the Mount Rushmore we're doing.
But with that is the staple for it going forward, and that came from Nintendo.
You're making yourself more wrong the further you go on with this argument.
How so? It's a Nintendo branded game.
You were more right with Star Fox.
I agree with Derek. He's true. He doubled back on himself. He wants to say Donkey Kong 64.
I'm backing it up right now.
Or he wants to say Donkey Kong, but he doesn't want to agree with us.
And I guess it's just Pierce Bronson then.
Pierce Brosnan. Yes.
Brosnan, whatever the fuck.
You can have him. That's fine. It's your Mount Rushmore.
Dude, you think that encompasses Nintendo?
Yes.
As a Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
That's kind of crazy. But hey, do you?
Mario, Link, Pikachu. and
And
007.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yes.
You will have the funniest Mount Rushmore. I'll give you that. You will have the funniest one.
Like cartoon
most
what
fire.
Nah, people are gonna look at it and be like, "Oh, it's funny."
Are they?
Fire.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I have things to say.
Sound off. We'll repeat what you say as long as it's within reason. Okay, let's not just pop off too crazy now in the comments. But yeah, no, and we read the comments when I'm not fumbling over my words.
Oh,
Maybe just not being able to get it out in time because I feel like there's some things that were kind of delayed. But I get it.
We were almost gonna teeter with the idea of doing an anime one, and it's kind of hard to do that
because you need
Todd,
to do a Hokage wall.
Did you have an idea, Todd, if you would have been able to do Mount Rushmore of anime or not?
No.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
It'd have to be a Hokage wall anyway, right?
Yeah.
No. It would just be DBZ characters. What are you talking about?
I told you. What did I tell you, Adam? That's exactly what I fucking said.
Damn, Derek had you on. We were talking.
I'm saying that because you're saying Hokage characters. Like if you're gonna make it's gonna be DBZ characters.
I mean, the Hokage wall in Naruto is Mount Rushmore, and it has, depending on when you watched it, a different amount of heads on it. So like
they have their own Mount Rushmore within the anime.
If it's anime, it wouldn't be called Mount Rushmore. It would be called the Hokage wall.
I thought he was saying because it would be Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi.
No.
That's what I was like. No, get the fuck out of here.
I told him I was like, if we did an anime one, Todd will just be like Goku, Trunks, and name off other Dragon Ball Z characters.
No. Obviously, Goku would be Goku. Like I love Trunks, but for DBZ, it's Goku.
It'd be Goku. Yeah.
After that, I feel like I would just fall into like the big three, like fucking
that's it. That's the four. That's all it is. That's all it is.
The big three?
The big three plus Goku.
right.
That's all that's what my Mount
what's the big three for you if Goku's not in it?
Well, there's only one big three. It's like factual. It's not an opinion.
Goku is not in the big three.
You're trolling.
He's not.
Todd. This is what you're falling under. What everyone else mistakes when they hear big three. We're not saying the most popular big three anime at this time. The big three are called the big three. It's their specific nickname because around the same time, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece all were coming out and were leading in manga sales. This was after Dragon Ball Z was already established. Right. So those three at that time period, their nickname became the big three. They're the only ones that can be called the big three. And then you also have Goku, who is essentially the fucking father of those three.
Right. The absolute inspiration.
So you're just calling your nickname of the big three, which will always and forever be One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, plus Dragon Ball Z. That's the Mount Rushmore. It's Luffy, Naruto, Ichigo, and Goku.
Yeah, it's just actually what it is. It's not worth.
Everybody's like, oh, the big three. It's definitely got to be Dragon Ball Z and fucking Naruto. And it's like that. Dragon Ball Z is not in the big three. It's not part of that crew. It was before them.
He's the daddy.
Yes, and is still recognized as just as great.
It's me.
He's not trying to bash it at all or make it lesser than any of those, even though it is. But that's okay.
That's a conversation for another day.
I'll put it above Bleach because I haven't watched Bleach yet because some fucko here, but that's okay.
Yeah, Todd. I'm joking.
No, that's definitely Adam. No, that's on Adam.
Okay, chill.
Nah, I'm never chill. We never finished it.
Waiting on me for that.
Nope. Ouch.
Hold on.
So yeah, that'd be our Mount Rushmores of those categories. Channels and councils.
Oops. Wait. Yeah. Oh, that's why I'm messing up. I'm stupid. Anyway, really quick, Todd. There you go. That's the wall in Naruto. When you become Hokage, you get memorialized and they carve your face into the mountain. So that's why I was saying it would be the Hokage wall.
I thought you were saying because you were just gonna put Hokage.
Oh no.
I was like, that's fucking lame.
That would be bogus.
Hold on. If Adam could pick 4 people from Naruto to be on the wall. There would probably only be 2 Hokage on there at most.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well,
It'd be
technically,
Naruto and Kakashi.
if you count Shikamaru, I'd put.
Oh, then yeah, and Shikamaru. Yeah, who would your 4th be?
That's a good question.
Would you put Sasuke? You sick fuck. You'd put Sasuke.
I think I put
no
Madara.
Ooh, that's a good one.
He's just dope. He's got that aura. I love that aura. Y'all here grinding. But anyway, all right, everybody. That was our Mount Rushmores for Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, the Disney Channel, and then Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Feel free to send out in the comments of any of our videos or wherever you're at. If you're on Twitch or if you're on YouTube or X, sound off. Just be like, yo, this is my Mount Rushmore for those categories. We'll cover them again. Like if everyone has some iconic things or say we missed out on one or the other, we'll go over this. If you have an idea of another topic you would like us to cover in the Mount Rushmore aspect, feel free to sound off. We can do that as well. This has been actually pretty fun to be able to go through this, even if we had our minor disagreements and whatnot. Any takeaways, guys, from this?
No. Todd's crazy for not putting Kratos on Sony. That's it.
That is probably, I think, the craziest one. Todd's probably thinking we're crazy still for the Impossible, but I think Todd's just equally as crazy for not putting
And I thought everyone hated me the most for not putting Avatar. So it's probably between that and Kratos. I acknowledge that I'm in that category for not putting Avatar in there.
That's fair.
You. I understand it. I welcome the hate for it, but just for what I was targeting in that, I feel like had I watched Avatar when I was younger, when you guys were watching it, I probably would have put it up there. Hey, but it's not nostalgic to me.
The impact has been felt. It's coming.
Exactly how I feel about
tenfold.
God of War. I didn't play any of those games. That shit is not nostalgic to me.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's why I put those in the same category.
Try to keep an open mind, guys, to what speaks for the thing. Come on. You can't deny that.
I did keep an open mind. I put what I fuck with. This is my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. I really gotta piss, so I'll be right back while we switch to the next topic.
All right. Derek really wanted to make it a big deal that he would be covering the next topic, he said. He's like, hey, guys, I'm going to be up here doing it. Nah. I actually don't know. Oh, we got our music, right? That's the final thing we got to go over tonight.
Yep.
Music. So for anybody who's watching and is curious what the heck we're talking about, we got a music segment that... that we go over every week, or we try to at least every week, where we recommend a song. See kind of like what have you guys been listening to, or what have we been listening to? We recommend a song for each other to listen to, and then we come back the following week and we kind of report back how we felt about the song. Is it a banger? Did I put it in my playlist? Is it a hit or a miss? You know, so we had 3 songs from last week that we're going to be going over today right now, and then we'll be recommending some more music. So if you guys are in the comments and you're like, damn, I actually have a song I'd like you guys to listen to and come back with, let us hear it, and we'll hit you guys back up next week with our opinion on it. So yeah, once Derek gets back, we'll be talking about, do we have the list of this song? I know there's somewhere. They exist somewhere in our talking points.
Oh, yeah.
I did not highlight them. This is not good.
Young M.A., Chris Webby and Tech 9.
Search it.
Yeah, you're right.
Just go in there and search it.
Got it. Thank you.
And Electric Callboy.
Yep. Okay. All right. So without further ado, from this is actually because we kind of messed up a couple of weeks, right? Yeah. We kind of had a couple mishaps. We're good. We're back. We're gonna be continuously going through. We're trying to hit every week. So from the last time we recommended music, the songs that we recommended, I recommended Parasite by Electric Callboy. Derek recommended A Tale of Two Kings by Chris Webby and featuring Tech 9. And Todd recommended Petty Wap by Young M.A. So how did we go about it last time? We just talk about it and then we go one by one. So, okay, I'll go. So what did you guys think of Parasite by Electric Callboy?
I liked it.
I think I told you this not too long ago. I have fallen in love with this band. I love like everything they put out.
I like a lot of techno mix with it. It's dope.
Yeah. Have you listened to much of them, Todd?
Nope.
Oh, dude, that's like their thing, and they go.
I figured as much. I think once I once I heard, I was like, Electric Callboy, like, okay, this has got to be like their thing. Like they play that techno shit. And I was like, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
They have a cover of what is
Every
it?
Time we
Every
touch.
Time I touch, every time I touch. I
Oh,
guess
hell
they go hard. I love it.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah, they're hilarious too. They do a lot of like parody songs. This was one of their more serious songs, but they do a lot. Like their most recent song was Elevator Operator. And it's a song about a guy who works as an elevator operator. Up, down. Elevator Operator.
Yeah, whenever you listen to their music, I recommend at least looking to see if they have a music video.
Todd's probably heard their more famous one.
Because their music videos are fun. Yeah, We Got the Moves. That was over like that was like on TikTok.
I need to hear that song live. I need to hear that song. That song, oof. But yeah, I absolutely love that band too. Huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I really like the song.
Nice. Very excited to hear that. So Derek's song was A Tale of Two Kings by Chris Webby and featuring Tech Nine.
Yeah, that was a newer song that came out, and I've been listening to it pretty frequently, and I was like, oh, I'll throw it in here.
I was kind of indifferent.
Yeah,
this one I was not a fan of. I don't know if it was Chris Webby or what, but I think
it was the pace for me. I was kind of I felt like I felt like I was being led up to like a certain point. I feel like I had like the build up, but I gaslit myself into thinking that was going to go in a different direction, I guess. Because every time I was listening, I was like, never mind. We're still the SpongeBob roller coaster, like and they're back on the even floor. That's kind of how I felt with this. But then again, I should have just took it for what it's worth. I kept on assuming because Tech Nine was associated with it, I was like, it's about to pop off hard, but it was more of like a
it was like a slower song,
but like
it felt slower.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's fair. But I just went with the newest song that I like caught myself kind of liking, I don't love the song. I'm not like, oh, you guys need to like this or anything, but yeah, I just picked something new.
All right. And then Todd recommended Petty Wap by Young Ma.
Young Ma.
Yeah, man.
This one I know. I forgot what you said about it, but I had not high hopes, but I was hoping it was going to be a song that I liked because I can't find music from her that I like, and this didn't do it for me. I couldn't get into it.
I like the background music or the background tune.
That was weird.
That was weird. Did you do something on your computer? We heard like a and your like voice like got really quiet for a second.
That's weird. I was doing something, but I didn't think I was just opening up another
mail thing.
Right.
I was just opening up another window just to make sure things were going well. I shouldn't have done that, but
you're good.
So anyway, yes, I like the melody in the background a lot in the song. And the rest of the song was just okay, but I really like the melody in the back. So I can see myself vibing with the song every now and then, but nothing like crazy, but it was still good, more or less.
Yeah.
But yeah, so other than that, now we get to the fun part of recommending any songs. So for those watching, if you guys have any recommendations, feel free to shout them out. And do you guys have a song?
I actually have to look at it. I didn't think about adding a song. I forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Derek, naughty.
Yeah. Well, you guys go first. Tell me.
Okay.
What you got, Adam?
Need to find the name of the song first. I know I have it semi-recent, but not recent. So, 1 second. I'm just gonna scroll. Oh, I just had it. Okay. Guillotine. Song Guillotine by Haru Tokyo. All right. That's the song I am recommending.
Hell yeah.
Tell us what you're talking about.
Right now, we are talking about song recommendations. So we went over some song every week. We try to hit some song recommendations for each other. And if you feel free to shout out some song recommendations in the comments, and then we'll come back next week and we'll give our opinions on said songs. So we just went over all the songs we recommended from last week to each other. And now we're about to get ready to recommend some new songs for us all to listen to and come back next week. So feel free, if you want to listen to these songs that we're recommending, feel free to come back even next week and let us know what you guys thought about the songs. So yeah, if you got any recommendations or if you'd like to listen and come back with your own thoughts, feel free. We'd love to hear from you guys. Trying to make this like a thing we do every week, and it's kind of been doing. I kind of like it. I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of like put me on or show me some weird shit, because it doesn't necessarily have to be good. There's been some really yeah. Thanks, Todd. But there's been some really weird ones. I don't say weirdos, but yeah, I guess a little bit of both, but we yes. So if you have something you think it'd be interesting, none the least, whether in a good way or a bad way, and you want us to see us react to it, sound off. But yeah, I just recommended Guillotine by Haru Tokyo. I hope I'm saying his name right. But yes, that's the song I'm recommending for myself. So I'm going to write that down in our notes. All right. And Todd or Derek, you guys ready?
Go ahead, Todd.
I'm going to give you guys a choice because I realized like the last 2 or 3, I went with a female artist.
Okay.
So do you want to stay with the female artist or should I go to...
Is it the same female artist or is there somebody else?
Female artist.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. I got a song for both. So what do you want?
Do the female artist.
Yeah,
that's the one you said you had first, right?
I have both of them. It's either one. But if we're doing the female artist, it's going to be Barbie Dreams by Nicki Minaj.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the song Theory of Mind.
Theory?
Theory. Theory of
Okay.
Mind. Mind.
By who?
Kubla Khan. It's K-U-B
K-U-B.
L-A-I
Okay.
space K-H-A-N.
Wait, space K-H-A-N. Okay.
Yeah. Kubla Khan. Then there's a capital T-X after that, like a space after that. I never call them that, but that's what this is.
Kubla Khan, Texas.
Sure. That might be what it is. Everyone just calls them Kubla Khan. I don't know
What
what
about-
the TX is there for.
I want to listen to Kubla Khan WI.
Yeah, right. I don't know what that is, but it's there. They have a few pretty cool songs, but I like that one.
All right. So that's our music review. It's usually tend to hit it off towards the end of our shows because today's was like a little more. We kind of like had some kind of ditched it to do the Mount Rushmore thing. Had a lot of fun doing that. Hope you guys had a lot of fun watching us go through it. But yes, thank you everyone who came and watched today, and we really appreciate the comments, the input. We like replying to everything and hearing from you guys. So like I said, feel more than welcome to just jump in here. We're very welcoming to any and all comments and people who just want to get into it. Todd, tell us about Marvel.
Yeah, it's dope. Play the game.
Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
Yeah, I still, dude, I'm cooked on playing Marvel right now.
You're done.
Yeah.
You had your fun. It's a dead game.
It's a dead game. But aside from that, we are going to be wrapping things up.
No dinos in there, Adam.
I know, right? Stupid. But yes. All right. So we'll be wrapping things up. We really appreciate everyone who came by, stopped by, dropped a comment.
Thank you all. Much love.
You guys take it easy. Feel free to give us any and all recommendations for music or recommendations for another Mount Rushmore or recommendations for something else you'd like us to try, watch, or do. We appreciate all your guys' time. Yeah, I'll be hitting the poses for the singing. Sorry. But yes, thank you again, guys. You guys are awesome. Crushed it. Still crazy, Todd and Derek. No Aang and no Kratos. I think were the biggest takeaways for me, at least. Some red flags there. But anyway, you guys take it easy.
Red flag about it. Kratos sucks.
You're done. You're done. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Everything.
I'm joking.
All right.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna stop redoing the whole thing, the whole spiel. But yes, thank you guys again. You guys take it easy. We'll be back again next week with Derek. Wait, nope. Actually, it should be Todd as the host. I think we should have had it been like this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Todd will be hosting next week's episode 43.
Whoop, whoop.
We'll figure out maybe what we're talking about later. But yes, so we'll keep you posted. We will definitely be going over the music. So you guys take it easy. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace out.
Yeah.